Hello, Long Island Crokinole Club fans. We are back with another game in the Spring League 2026 tournament. Here we have the finals of losers bracket. It's going to be Andrew against Will. Now, Will making his way through the losers bracket with quite a run, beating X, beating Liz before that, beating Chris, and Andrew took out Will in the quarterfinals of the winners bracket, beat X in the semifinals of the winners bracket, and then lost to Dave, the 1 seed, in the winners bracket. Got the bracket up here right now, showing you the progress. This is going to be a race to 7, the winner to face Dave in the grand finals and go for the first place, second place. The loser of this gets third place. And it looks like Will is going to win the volley, and Will elect to go first. Will's first shot missing a little bit long, and Andrew hitting Will out, getting on Will's side of the board there, and Will peeling everything, leaving Andrew with an advantage if he can sink a 20, and he doesn't. Still has the hammer, still on advantage, but Will has an opportunity for a takeout 20 on this shot. And Will methodically hitting the takeout 20. And Andrew leaving it just short of the 20. A very heavy hanger if Will can convert here. Will doesn't convert and knocks Andrews into the 20. If Andrew can knock this off, he will be back on top. And he does. Solid straightaway shot from Andrew.
Sorry, it's not like it's on film or anything.
Will saying not like it's on film or anything. A little bit embarrassed that he knocked Andrews in before. Andrew hits a shot, knocks Will out, stays in the 15. Will looking for a touch 20 off of that disc. And he gets it. Will going up. But Andrew sinks a 20 of his own. Play is now on the outside. Will not getting the off there. Going to really come back to bite him. And Will cannot hit the blue disc. Andrew sinks another 20. Will go up 3 20s to 2. Will comes in, but it will not be enough. Andrew with 3 20s and the hammer. He's got it here, but he's going for a shot. Doesn't matter. Andrew will go up 2 points to nothing. Another quick note about these two players. Andrew and Will are typically partners for doubles tournaments. Most recently competed in the Long Island Crokinole Club Classic. Placed 8th as a pair. Andrew with the first shot, sinking to 20. Will falling a bit short, but still with a valid shot, leaving it on the far side of the board for Andrew. And Andrew connects, knocking that white disc off. Up at 20, he is content to leave it away from the hole. And Will with a very good hide. That is a tough shot all the way across Hogan's Alley. Andrew going to go for it, and he hits straight away. Will looking to hide again, and gets off the peg a little bit in open territory for Andrew if he can hit this. And Andrew does hit it, but gets a lot of movement all the way to the right side there, leaving Will another opportunity to hide, and goes back to the outside for Andrew to hit, and he does. Andrew bringing it inside, leaving the door open for Will to get these hides. And Will tries to come in, does not get it. And Andrew's going to look to capitalize and keep it on his side of the board. This is going to force Will to peel and shoot off his own disc with Andrew's disc. And Will cannot peel. Andrew content to leave it on the outside. This time Will successfully peels. Will have one last shot if Andrew misses the 20. And Andrew sinks the 20, leaving no room for Will to come back in this one. And Andrew will go up 4 to nothing. A quick 4 points for Andrew here. Will shooting first on this game 3.
Ready? Oh, I don't give a shit.
Will goes up 120 to nothing, and Andrew matches with a 20 of his own. Will sinks the 20, that's 2 20s to 1. And Andrew going 20 for 20 with Will. Will with his third 20. Andrew with his third 20. Will has 4 20s. Andrew with his fourth 20. This could be a first to miss type game. Will with his fifth 20. Andrew with his fifth 20. Will with his sixth 20. Andrew sinks it. We are at 6 20s apiece, getting down to the wire here. 7 20s for Will. 7 20s for Andrew. Can Will get the perfect game? Here we go. Oh, he just misses it. So close to a perfect game. And Andrew just needs to hit this one out to take the win. And Andrew hits it far. Both players tie on this one. Shaking hands on a good tie right there. Andrew will go up 5 to 1. Will calling everyone over to make everyone know that he almost had a perfect game. Andrew doing his patented asking Will if he's ready to start. Will and Andrew are locked in, ready for the next game, and Andrew will start it off with a 20.
School jacket.
And Will missing the disc on that one. Andrew getting a nice 20, going up 2 20s here with one on the board still. Will hitting his 20, but Andrew's up a 20, and Will is on the outside of the board. And Andrew doing a good job of keeping play to the outside while he is up a 20. Will tries to go in, can't get too far in the house, and Andrew sticking on the outside. Will with a peel. And Andrew going a little bit long on that one. This is possibly an opportunity for Will to come back. He's going to go straight on this one. And tries to push for a follow-through, doesn't get it. Andrew hits Will off. And Will has a lot of chaos happen there, but play is on his side of the board. Not going to be an easy shot for Andrew to hit here. Andrew hits it. Will going to try and hide. He needs something to go his way. He is down to 20, and players are not sure whether that white disc is still on the board. The white disc is still on the board. Andrew going for it, does not hit it. Will needs a 20 to win, a 15 to tie. Will with a 15. That's another tie. It's going to be 6-2 Andrew. This is a race to 7 points. Andrew gets one more tie or one more win. He will go to the grand finals to play against Dave. Will going long on his first shot. Andrew almost getting a 20 on that. Hits it really hard out. And Will with a nice takeout 20. Andrew leaves it just short with an opportunity for Will to get a 20 off a backboard here. Will with a nice 20, going up 2 20s to nothing. And Andrew getting his own 20. Will keeping play on the outside. Is Andrew going to try and hide it, come in, or possibly peel? Andrew tries to come in, doesn't get any action on that. Leaves it still on the outside of the board. for Will to keep play on the outside. That 20 advantage is massive for Will. Andrew tries to come in, but does not get the disc to stay in the 15. Will keeping it on the outside again. Andrew tries to peel, can't get it. Will still keeping it on the outside. The chances are low. Now Andrew needs Will to miss on this one, and he does not miss. Andrew gets a 20, but will take that game 6-4. Andrew will shoot first. Andrew going a little bit long on his first shot. And Will hitting the disc and landing his white one all the way on Andrew's side of the board. Andrew trying to hide the disc, hoping Will not be able to hit that shot. And Will does hit the shot, but loses his own shooter. Andrew will start anew with a 20. Will answering with his own 20. Andrew with another 20. Will does not get the 20 to drop in. And Andrew hits Will's disc right out there. That disc is going to come off the board. Andrew now up a 20. The disc is nowhere close for Will to be able to bank it off for a 20. Will hitting Andrew off there. Andrew maybe thinking he can get a nice drop back of a 20. Does not, but he hits Will off and keeps play relatively away from the hole. Will tries to follow through on that shot, does not get it. This is a precarious position for Will on the outside of the board. Andrew worried he just brought the disc too far in. Will's going to try and get a peg, and almost gets the peg into the 20. Both players each have one shot left. Now Will needs a takeout 20 to tie, which would still give Andrew the victory. I think he's realizing this now. It would give Andrew the victory in terms of first to 7 points, wins this match. Will does not get the takeout 20. Andrew will take the 2 points and win this matchup 8-4. And so ends the Cinderella run of Will. A great showing in the Long Island Crokinole Club Spring League 2026 tournament.